Joining us. It's officially today was the hottest day of France has ever seen since records began. Another day of record-breaking temperatures, with the southwestern town of Pissos peaking at 44 degrees Celsius, while Paris reached 40.9 degrees, a June record. Authorities say there have now been 50 heat wave-related deaths, around 44 million people here in France currently under the highest red weather alert. And to make matters worse, 38,000 households remain without power as of Wednesday afternoon in the northwestern department of Finistère, and another 1,000 in Vaucluse as a result of a heat-induced outage. Well, let's cross live now to France 24's James Andre, who's standing by for us at Canal Saint-Martin here in Paris. James, I'm wondering if you've seen anyone jumping into the canal there. I know that's been happening quite frequently in the last few days as everybody struggles to deal with this heat.
Yes, well, absolutely, and so much so that the authorities have decided to make it legal and authorized to actually jump into the canal and swim. As you can see behind me, there are thousands of Parisians lining the canal who are there to try and cool down in the waters of the canal. The canal whose qualities of waters are checked every day now, every morning, by authorities who have said that they would ban swimming again if there was too much pollution. What we are also seeing is that it's incredibly difficult to police such an event for example, it was not authorized to jump off the bridges that are here on the canal, and you see people lining up to jump off the bridges right in front of a signpost that says, that it's prohibited to swim because there is a danger of getting killed.
And of course, James, it is a serious situation because now we've heard that at least 50 people have died from heat-related deaths here.
Yes, absolutely. Now, it's true that if here everybody's having a good time, this heat wave is a massive problem across France, not least here in Paris, where the temperature has hit over 40 degrees today. This is a record day. Over 24 hours, the average temperature in France has been measured at 30 degrees. That has never happened since these temperatures are recorded. Over 40 degrees here in Paris, and given that most flats are not air-conditioned here in France, most flats, most houses, and you can imagine, for example, the romantic flats on the last floors of typical Parisian buildings are actually ovens right now. So, of course, yes, it is very complex. It's very complex in schools. 1,600 schools have had to shut their doors completely today, out of 60,000. 8,000 have been severely disrupted. 95% of the French population today is living under an alerte rouge, which means that there is a major concern as to health given the temperatures. So this is something that is completely unseen. And here at the canal, just earlier on, I was speaking to a man who's about 65 years old, and he was telling me, look, I was born in Paris, I've always lived in Paris, I've never seen anything like this. And he was also telling me that he hadn't seen anyone swimming in the canal since the 1960s. So yes, what we have here is an incredibly complex situation and a government that is struggling to respond. But what we have heard this morning is Emmanuel Macron stepping out of a cabinet meeting, explaining that he says that there needs to be rapid adaptation straight away and mitigation in the long term in case, of course, this is the question everybody's asking here today, is this the new normal or is this exceptional? It is the second major heat wave this year. The first one was in May.
James, thank you so much for that update. Do try to stay cool. Thank you for giving us that.